All right, it is now time for the Week 12 recap, Week 13 preview, final week of the regular season to preview as we have a jumbled standings. So we talk about last week, there was a chance with the games that the playoffs could be totally set depending on certain games going certain ways, but they did not go that way. So now we have a lot of people in the mix. To recap last week real quick, we had Zach versus Cheese in a do or die game for Cheese as he really needed to win this one, but Zach got the comfortable win, 120 to 95. I'm sure if Zach was here, he'd be saying this wasn't a surprise as he was shit talking Cheese all week, how it was an easy win. So he gets a big win to put him at 7-5, currently in a driver's seat for a playoff spot. There is still a chance, though, that he could miss the playoffs if he loses next week and has some other things happen. So he has not clinched a playoff spot yet, but a big win here. Zach or Cheese aren't here, so no comments from them. Moving on to another pretty big game, we had Slaps versus Zombie last week. Zombie getting a big win, 162, scored the most points of the week against Slaps, who now falls at 7-5. They're both now 7-5, so it was a big game for Zombie. He has pretty much, with that win, secured a playoff spot. It's pretty much like 99.9% chance he's going to be in the playoffs because he has such high points for. Where Slaps, on the other hand, being at 7-5, does not guarantee a playoff spot yet because he has a low points for. So there is a chance that he could miss when we get to the preview. We'll talk about that. Slaps, any comments about your team? I mean, you put up 119 points, not horrible, but Derek Carr really shit the bed for you with only .6 from a
Well, I mean,
quarterback against Atlanta. Ooh.
I had a good week by my one running back and my quarterback.
Yeah,
You know,
against a horrible defense.
if they put
Those
up
are
an
those are two poor
if they put up
positions.
an
Yeah,
if they put up an average game,
it'd be closer.
you know, I've yeah.
You
I
probably
mean, I
still
had
would
a
have
huge.
lost, but it
I
was
probably would
closer.
have, but I had a huge game from DK Metcalf. I had a huge game from James Robinson.
Mike
Odyssey.
Good
Evans,
game from
yeah.
Evans. Had a yeah. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, your
I'm really struggling this week, but
yeah,
hey.
your team played pretty well besides that. I mean, that Atlanta Raiders game was just a complete shock. Nobody saw that coming that Atlanta was going to shut them down and blow them out. Like that was just crazy. Zombie on the other hand, sitting very well for that playoffs as you already have the X in your name as it's pretty much Charles Barkley guarantee that you're going to make the playoffs. Any comments after another huge week for your team?
Um, Not much. GG slaps. You just
GG's.
Yeah. Yep, it was a decent
you
game.
love to see Mahomes, Adams, Hill always going off.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill, 57 points, most points for a
Yes,
single
don't.
player this year. I mean, Slaps was already done after the first quarter when Tyreek Hill went off in that first quarter. Um, so,
Yeah, and
yeah,
my Steelers defense.
yeah, yeah. All right, moving on to the next matchup. We had myself versus Matt, as this was a very, very close matchup. 142 for Matt to 148 for me. I sneak out a 6-point win despite some of my top players having really bad weeks like Kamara and Lockett. They both had 6 and 5 points. That's not good, but I was fortunate enough to get Gibson to go off on Thanksgiving. Rodgers had another great
I'm
game.
back, by the way.
Kenyon Drake had a good game, so I was lucky there. Matt put up a very, very good week, 142. You should always win if you're scoring over 140 points. So very unlucky that we faced each other this week, as he would have beat pretty much anyone else besides Zombie. Um, so yeah, unlucky for Matt. The only real downside to Matt's team this past week was Cam Newton only getting 3 points. But other than that, Matt had a very good week. Derrick Henry matched. Gibson did a little better, so very close. GG's to Matt. Matt, any comments after that tough
I
loss
lost.
like you should
I
have won?
lost. I lost when Gibson posted that score. Like I said,
Yeah. Okay.
GG's.
All right.
Unlucky.
GG's. GG's. Still, that puts both of us at 6-6, so we both have a good shot to make the playoffs still, as long as we take care of business on the final week. Moving on to the next one, we had another decently close matchup, Pook versus Hunter. Hunter just gets unlucky again, falling a little bit short, 122 to 130 as Pook moves to 9-3, locks up the first round overall seed in the first number one bye. So he's wrapped that up already. Hunter falls to 5-7. Unfortunately, that loss he had to Cheese the week before really hurt Hunter because then he had to play Pook this week, which is never easy to win against. Still has a chance though because of some other games that happened, like myself and Ernie's game, to still make the playoffs. He needs a little help, which we'll talk about, but still has a chance. His team put up 122, which is a solid performance. His running backs just let him down though. Henderson only 1.9 points, and the kicker also only had 2. But over on Pook's side, just solid all around once again. Pook's team looking very strong. Obviously, the number 1 seed looks like the top person to beat as his team just balanced out once again. The only downside to Pook's team this week was the Colts defense getting -5, who he was trying to trade away for weeks and weeks. But yeah, other than that, Pook had a good week. Pook, any comments after your another win?
No.
No, I figured no. Hunter, your side, like I said, unlucky, unfortunate you had to face Pook right before the playoffs a second time. It's never easy to beat Pook. Any comments after that tough one?
Should have started Ito Smith. That's all I can say.
Yeah, Ito Smith over Henderson. Would that give you enough? How much did Ito Smith? Oh yeah, 17. Yeah, that would have gave you enough. That was kind of tough though to know to do that. I mean, look at the Raiders.
well.
So, but you still got a chance if you can win this week. So, and then moving on, next game we had Ernie versus Pussy in the closest game of the week, 114.3 to 113.7, a 0.6 victory for Ernie, as this one came right down to the wire on Wednesday Night Football with the Ravens and the Steelers. If Juju would have got one more catch at the end, then Pussy would have won.
Oh, no.
But he didn't, thank goodness. I was rooting for Ernie in this one. I was glad he won because that helped everyone else's playoff scenarios. But a very close one. Decent week for Ernie as Duke Johnson helped him on Thanksgiving get off to a good start. Justin Jefferson popped off with no Thielen. The only disappointment was really Fulgham and Zeke. So that was kind of rough, but Pussy also had some disappointments with Clyde Edwards-Helaire after having a huge game. And then Pussy, if you remember 2 weeks ago, was bitching for 10 minutes in the party here during the show. You can go back and watch it about not being able to make a trade for one of those star top quarterbacks. And Pete came calling and got a trade done with them. And then Kyler Murray goes and puts up only 7.9 points, his worst game of the year. If that's not karma, I don't know what is for Pussy bitching so much. But anyways, GG to Ernie. Ernie, any comments after your big win? Puts you to 6-6. Also drops Pussy to 6-6. So everyone, you're right there to possibly make the playoffs. Ernie, any comments?
Tough matchup.
Yes.
I don't want to be too hopeful, but I do have faith in my team this week, and
All right, I like
I
it.
just hope to make the
Ooh.
playoffs.
Nice. Well, you got a good chance. And then Pussy's not here. He didn't send me anything besides GG's to Ernie, I think is what he said, and then good luck to his opponent. So that is that. And then the final matchup of the week, saving this one to the end. Neither of them are in here, which is a shame. But we had Pete now at 4-8 against Bill, who picks up the huge win in a blowout fashion, 132-89. Everyone was shit talking Bill all year long, but Bill got the job done to send Pete to the beach when Pete, after starting 0-6 or
0-5.
0-5. After starting 0-5, he strung together some wins to just keep himself alive, thinking he had a chance to make the playoffs as he kept beating some people that I was hoping would end the season for him. And then I didn't give Bill much of a chance myself to pull off the upset, but Bill's team popped off. 132 points for Bill as Tom Brady did good. David Montgomery went off. That was the best I've seen David Montgomery look in a while. Wayne Gallman continued to do good. I mean, he started the wide receivers. Ingram actually had over a 10-point game with 17 points. And then on Pete's side, I mean, Taysom Hill did okay as he stole more production from Kamara again. Aaron Jones, though, did not look that good as they weren't giving him the ball that much. Miles Sanders had a bad game. Tyler Boyd had a bad game without Burrow. So, yeah, yikes. Yikes on Pete's side as he's now officially eliminated at 4-8 and can't make the playoffs for the first ever time in a fantasy league that we've all been in. I wish I could get his comments on that, but he's not here, surprisingly. Bill, on the other hand, gets the big win. If he joins in later on, we'll get some comments from him. But GG's to Bill. Congrats. You beat Pete twice in one season. That's an accomplishment. Congrats to him on sending Pete to the beach like he called before the week when nobody really was giving him a chance. GG's, Bill. Congratulations. Anyone have any comments on Bill's big victory over Pete since neither of them are here?
MVP.
Great win by
MVP.
Bill.
Yeah, great win. Great win.
I would have gotten the job done.
Okay, Zombie.
Unbelievable.
Well, you'll get a chance to beat Pete again this week. All right. So looking at the standings after that this past week, as I said, Puka in the top spot and going to be there as he's confirmed the top #1 seed at 9-3. No one can catch him. Then we have Zombie, Zach, and Slaps all at 7-5 currently in the 2 through 4 seeds. If it ended already this week, Zombie would have the second bye based on points 4. But there is still chances that Zach and Slaps, and even a slim chance that I could get the bye, possibly, depending on how things go. So Zombie has not wrapped up that, although he is pretty much guaranteed for a playoff spot. Then, after those 7-5 teams, we have 4 teams at 6-6. Myself, Matt, Pussy, and Ernie, all at 6-6. If the playoffs started today, me and Matt would be in. We'd get in the last 2 spots based on points 4. But points 4 is going to matter, I have a feeling, this year, as everyone will have a matchup this week against no 6-6 teams are playing each other this upcoming week. So points 4 are going to matter. Hunter at 5-7 and Cheese at 5-7, and then Pete and Bill both at the bottom at 4-8. But Hunter, like I said, still has a chance to get in. Cheese, he technically has a chance, but it's very, very slim, as I'll tell you what he has to do to get in later on when we preview the matchup. But Hunter has a little better chance than Cheese, a lot better chance. So we'll see what happens in these upcoming matchups as we move on. Zach, did you want to make any comments on your win against Cheese last week?
Who did I play?
You played Cheese.
You had the
The
bye.
fuck is
remember?
that? Oh yeah, I haven't been paying attention last
Oh,
week.
oh, you
I
haven't?
fucking, beat that stupid ass motherfucking trash ass team.
Okay.
Worst team
Damn.
in the league.
Okay. Damn.
Why can't I play Cheese every week?
Well,
But
I mean,
yeah, I have no
I don't know if
comments.
you want to play Cheese this upcoming week. I mean, he made some good pickups on the waiver wire yesterday. I mean,
No comment on that.
no. Okay. All right. All right. Well, moving on to
Stupid-ass
the
fucking bitch.
first matchup of Week 13, the final week of the regular season. We have Zombie versus Pete in a game that doesn't matter too much. The only thing it really matters for is Zombie to get the bye. If Pete was to beat him, then that would shake up the bye situation. So I am rooting for Pete this week, as some other people probably are as well. But he's pretty much guaranteed to make the playoffs even if he loses, just because he has a high points for. But looking at Zombie's team, he is projected to win 134-121. So Pete is currently the underdog. Zombie beat him in week 2, so he's going for the sweep. It was a very close game. Zombie has Mahomes against Denver, Myles Gaskin, who probably is going to return from IR against Cincinnati, which would be decent. He's got Le'Veon Bell in there against Denver, so he's banking on Edwards-Helaire not to play. Tyreek Hill against Denver, so he's got a ton of Chiefs. Adams against Philly, Waller against the Jets, Julio, who's questionable, against the Saints, and the Steelers against that Washington football team that is suddenly looking like the best team in that division. On Pete's side, he has Taysom Hill again against Atlanta, Aaron Jones against Philly, Miles Sanders against Green Bay, Hopkins, Hail Mary Hopkins against the Rams, who's a tough defense. Deontay Johnson against Washington, Noah Fant against Kansas City, DJ Shark against Minnesota, and the Raiders against the Jets. Decent defensive matchup. Like I said, I will be rooting for Pete in this matchup. However, I think Zombie's team is stronger, and I think Zombie's team will get the win, and he'll get the bye, but I'm praying that Pete somehow pulls the upset off. Pook, who are you taking in this matchup?
I'm rooting for Zombie and I'm taking Zombie.
You're rooting for Zombie, so you want Zombie to have the bye, huh?
Yeah, because if Zombie gets the bye, that probably means I'm gonna play him in the. I'd rather play anybody but Zombie.
So
for the
wouldn't you want
championship.
Zombie to play the extra
Pussy.
game and possibly get knocked off
Fucking
or
puss.
upset?
No, because if he gets the 2nd seed, I'm guaranteed to not play him unless we win the championship.
Okay, I gotcha. I gotcha.
Guarantee.
Okay, I guess that makes sense, kind of. All right, Hunter, who's winning?
I want to see a more interesting playoff situation, so I actually want Pete to.
You
I
cut
just
it.
wanna see
You
this
cut
one
out. You want Pete to win?
Yeah, I want to see
Okay,
this
yeah.
It's the
interesting playoff
Jehovah's Gods
situation.
cutting him
Yeah.
out.
Okay. All right. So you're taking Pete, or you hope he wins, but you take Zombie.
I'm gonna take Zombie, but I hope Pete wins.
Okay. Ernie.
Zombie.
Me too, Ernie. Me too.
Fuck this matchup.
All right. Zach. Ty.
Golfer, you didn't ask me who's gonna win.
I just said Zach. Are you taking a tie?
Yeah. No, yeah, I want you to ask me who's gonna
Okay.
win.
Zach. Who is winning this matchup?
Fucking nobody, because they're both fucking trash. They're tied.
Okay. Okay. Matt.
He has a point.
I mean, Zombie seems not trash, but okay. Matt.
I think I want Anthony to win so he gets the bye.
Okay. Slaps. Hello, Slaps. Slaps here. No. Okay.
Sorry, I'm here. I'm here.
Alright.
I'm here. I'm taking Zombie in this one.
Okay. All right. And Zombie, are you winning, or is Pete gonna beat you?
No shot I don't get this bye.
Okay.
But Zach, that's kind of a yikes what you
Shut the
said,
fuck up,
considering
bitch. Shut up.
you were
Shut the hell up,
crying to
dumbass
Golfer
motherfucker. You're an
that you
idiot.
want Pete to field a good team.
That is true. I
never said
did. I
that.
did receive a DM from Zach, making me full aware of collusion, possibly.
That was
but-
an anonymous DM. It wasn't from me.
It
from a
wasn't
third party.
anonymous. I just said who it was.
It
but
was from
anyways.
a third party.
Okay. Well, real quickly, just to look. Like I said,
Where is he, by the
Zombie.
way?
I don't
Where the
know.
fuck is
He's
Stupid
not
ass
here,
Zombie.
which is no surprise.
Scamming ass
If
bitch.
Zombie
He's not on our
wins
beat, he's
against
not
Pete,
welcome
he
here.
gets the bye. Or if Zach slaps and myself all lose,
He's
he
not
gets
those
the bye,
Colorado
no matter
beaches.
what happens. So those are the scenarios for Zombie to get the bye, to get the
What are
second
Pete's
bye.
scenarios?
Pete has no scenarios because he's on the
Pete
beach
has to
next to
go
Bill.
back in time and fucking change his
Yes,
team.
Zach, you missed where we all congratulated Bill and said kind words about Bill
congratulations,
pulling
Bill.
off the great upset.
I'm sad I missed that
Yeah,
part.
yeah. All right,
I was
Let's
tired.
see. Moving on here to the next matchup of the week, we have Zach versus Pook in another decent
Hello.
size matchup, as Zach has not confirmed his playoff spot yet. Tough that he has to play Pook a second time. But yeah, so we got Zach at 115 versus Pook at 145. Jesus, that's a huge projection. But yeah, so we got Zach with Justin Herbert against New England. Not horrible. Chris Carson against the Giants. Benny Snell against Washington. Your Washington team, okay? If Connor is not playing, is that confirmed, Zach?
I'm not sure
Yeah,
if
he-
my
no,
my
he's
Corona
not-
boys are. I don't believe
not
what the
eligible
enemy
to
is
come
saying,
Okay.
but we'll have to see later in the
Alright,
week
well,
what happens.
Then we got Can't Guard Mike against Atlanta, so we'll see if Taysom Hill can actually throw him slants, because Taysom Hill's ass, and we all hate Taysom Hill.
Who do we want?
Yeah, we want Winston.
Winston.
When do we want him? Now.
Yes, we do. Right?
Right fucking now. Come on. Allen Robinson, who pulled up with an injury in practice this week against
Big news.
Detroit. So we'll
That's
see what
Ronaldo
happens there.
news.
That's a great matchup if he plays. That's Ronaldo news. Jordan Reed against Buffalo. Glass Body Club. Jarvis Landry against Tennessee, and the Texans against the Colts. Okay. About the
You
defense.
didn't mention the kicker.
Oh, and then Mason Crowder. I never mention kickers because fuck kickers. We're
Bullshit.
done on kickers. Then on, let's see here. On Pook's side, he has Josh Allen against the 49ers.
Oh,
Eckler against the Patriots. So hopefully Herbert's throwing the ball to wide receivers and not to Eckler. Cook against Jacksonville.
I'll take a wide receiver.
Fuck.
Oh yeah, you got Keenan Allen as well. That's against New England. Diggs against the 49ers. Ebron against Washington.
Oh no.
Jonathan
I got you,
Taylor,
Zach.
is it going to be his week
Oh,
against
no,
Houston?
no.
That's a horrible defense, so we'll see. And the
This is me.
and then the Ravens against the Cowboys. Oh God, yeah, I have to agree with ESPN on this one.
No, not the
I
Cowboys,
think, yeah,
bitch.
not the cow bitches. I have to agree. I think Pook's gonna win this one pretty hefty, probably at least 20 or 30 points. I just think Pook's matchups are too good, and his team is too good for this week. Let's see here, Hunter, who is winning this week?
I would love to see Zach go on and somehow win this,
Yep.
but
Thank you, Hunter.
the odds are against him.
I agree.
I have to go with Pook.
Okay. Ernie.
I abstain from this one.
Wow.
So
Ernie, you
you're
know
taking a
for-
tie
wow.
or no?
I
You know what to do, Ernie.
All right, Zach. Are you winning or are you getting creamed? How bad's it
GG
gonna
Lee, you won.
be? Okay, the Madrid
You
strike.
fucking won.
All right. Good surprise there. Matt.
I got my ass handed to me.
Behind the woodshed.
Zach.
Oh
is
no, he did it in
going-
public.
Zach is going to win this game. and Matt
Wow.
Thomas is going to catch 18 slants for 150 yards.
Oh,
and
Alright.
50
shit.
touchdowns.
Wow.
And
Good.
5 touchdowns.
Oh!
5
50
touchdowns.
touchdowns.
Can Taysom Hill even throw 5 touchdowns?
The
Can he
crazy
throw
thing
one?
is, that is pretty believable.
Yep, it is. It
Okay.
is.
I do agree.
All right.
Just like
Take
all
it
of your
out.
ties, Zach, right? All of your ties were just
Yeah.
guarantees.
Yeah.
All right.
But
Slaps.
Especially
That's gonna
since
happen.
Gunner didn't let us do our one
Pook's
player.
winning.
Unbelievable.
Start our one
It wa-
player.
oh my
Unbelievable.
gosh. Unbelievable.
Pook's
to win it.
winning. All right. Zombie.
Fuck you,
I
zombie.
think Pook's gonna win, and Zach will not
Shut
make
the
the
hell up.
playoffs.
Wow.
Whoa.
Wow.
do you want to
That's
bet
a,
your
uh,
playoff spot?
That is a bold statement there. Bold statement. Pook, before we look at the playoff scenario for Zach, Pook, are you winning this, or is it going to be a rape, or how bad's it going to be?
GG.
No, I'm just.
GG, you won.
You're just going to win. You're not going to rape him. All right. Well,
No.
that's
Hold on,
that's
I'm
nice
why
of
would
you.
I
calling
ever
an
want to do
upset.
that? Why would I ever wanna
Zombie
do that?
losing in the first round of the playoffs.
Okay, well, all right.
Is he even gonna have
You-
a point of
you
the
can't
first
lose
round?
in the first round if
yeah,
you-
that means
you have
zombie
a
has.
bye.
So you're saying
losing
zombie?
in his first game of the playoffs.
Oh,
Whoa.
okay.
Oh, I like that.
All right.
like that.
Interesting.
Guaranteed.
All right. Well, for Zach to make the playoffs, all he has to do is beat Pook, although it doesn't look promising based on those
It
projections.
already happened. I lost.
Or if he gets losses from 2 of the following people, myself, Matt, Pussy, or Ernie. If 2 of us lose, then Zach's in the playoffs even if he loses. Zach could also get the number 2 seed if he wins against Pook. Zombie loses, and he keeps his 9-point advantage over Slaps in points for, or Slaps loses. So
Whoa,
if those
okay.
things happen, then Zach gets into the playoffs or gets the number 2 seed based on those things happening. So basically, if you don't think you're winning against Pook, then you better be
So who
rooting.
do I
in-
need to lose? I'm writing
You
this down.
need
I'm writing
2 of the 4
this down.
people to lose. Myself, Matt, Pussy, and
2?
Ernie. Only 2
My
of the
good friend
only 2 of the
Cheese will
4.
win.
What about one?
No,
you need
2 of
the
them.
6 and 6 teams to not win.
You need 2
Oh,
of the
that's
6 and 6 teams to lose. There you go.
I believe golf.
So
will
basically,
lose.
Zach, you can root against me and Matt since Pussy and Ernie are both your
Hey.
great friends. There you go.
Hey.
Nice.
I helped you out there.
Hey.
All right, moving on to the next matchup. We have Slaps versus Matt, and this is a huge one. Currently projected Slaps 2-point lead, 115 to 113. Matt 6 and 6 has the last playoff spot currently. Slaps 7 and 5 has a playoff spot, but could still be out. So it's a huge matchup this week between these two, as it's going to definitely have playoff implications depending on who wins. Slaps has Lamar Jackson, who is coming back from that
Well,
COVID against Dallas. It's a good matchup
Good
if he
credit to
plays, but we'll see if he plays. But he's got some time, so we'll see if he plays. James Robinson against Minnesota. James White, who he acquired right before the deadline, again to me,
Old
yeah,
reliable.
old reliable against the Chargers, not horrible. Sterling Shepard against Seattle. It's also not a great defense, although they've been playing a little better recently. Jamison Crowder for the Jets against the Raiders. Austin Hooper against Tennessee, and DK Metcalf against the Giants, and the Bengals against the Dolphins.
That's
Interesting
horrible.
defense
Please
there.
fix that.
Yikes.
Slaps has
Fred,
all kinds of
please.
problems, though, if you look at his bench, as Josh Jacobs was ruled out today for the week, so that hurts because he was facing the Jets, which was a good matchup. So that hurts. He's got Kenny Galladay, who is also listed now as out, so he's not having either of them. Plus, he has Evans on a bye, DJ Moore on a bye.
Jeez.
So it's a wreck in this final week for Slaps, and it comes at a bad time, as he would really like to win this game and secure his playoff spot. On Matt's side, he has Cam Newton, who's listed as questionable against the Chargers, but I'm sure he'll play. Just a matter of how well will he play. Derrick Henry against Cleveland.
Very well.
DeAndre Swift back, should be back, although he still is questionable against the Bears. Devontae Parker against Cincinnati. That's a good matchup as long as if frickin' Fitzmagic's still throwing the ball, that'll be good for Parker. Adam Thielen returns after being out last week against Jacksonville. That's also good. Logan Thomas against Pittsburgh. Amari Cooper against Baltimore. And the Rams defense against Arizona. So a tough offense, but they haven't been playing as well recently, and the Rams are a good defense. So I think the matchups are pretty even from a player standpoint, but I do like Matt's team more this week than Slaps just because Slaps has all kinds of bye and injury problems. So I think Matt's going to get the win, but I think it's still going to be close. But I think Matt will get the win. Pook, who's winning?
GG Matt, good win. Cam Newton's gonna drop 20.
20. Okay.
Oh,
Wow. I mean, it is a Chargers, so it could happen. Chargers are ass. Hunter.
Lamar can't play, can he?
he can.
Yes, he can. The game is
It hasn't
on.
been 2 weeks though.
It doesn't
only
have to
10
be.
days.
It's
It's only
10
10
days.
days.
Not.
Oh, it's 10
Wow,
days.
the horrible COVID is different for
He
NFL
can
players, I guess.
So I think Matt's gonna win, but I really need him to lose.
Yes.
But I'm gonna pick Slap.
You're gonna pick Slaps.
Yeah. Just to try to help.
Okay.
that.
Ernie.
Who's Matt's backup running back if Swift doesn't play?
He has the Tampa Bay boys. Well, they're
They're
on
on bye.
bye, so it would be
Brian
Hill.
Hill. Yeah, he has
And
Are
he's
you guys
also-
talking about my team? Sorry, I just came
Yes,
back.
Yeah.
we're in your matchup.
So
We're
Looking
who
at your
I'm-
second running back.
So I will
Matt,
be
my
starting
turn. Matt, my turn.
Brian Hill.
So
you
he
know
would start
Brian
Brian Hill
Hill
if
is
Swift
rolling
doesn't
out.
play.
No, Brian Hill's rolling out. He's no matter what, he's the man. Rolling him out.
Wait, so
for a
you're
second.
playing him instead of Swift, no matter if
what.
Swift
yeah,
plays?
Probably. I don't see Swift
Really?
doing anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so he's
He's the
playing
best
Brian
Or
Hill
might
instead
be
of
pick-
Swift.
But that being
Hashtag
said,
CTE.
I hope CT hits and
I mean,
some fucking miracle Craig pulls this shit off.
okay, so are you taking Slaps?
Yeah.
I'm going to retract my
Wait,
pick.
before
If
we
Matt
start
does
this,
do
whoa,
that
whoa,
and doesn't play Swift at all, then I'm going to take Slaps. But if
Hey,
I
before
think
I
Swift will
finish-
play, so yep, go ahead.
Craig, you still here?
Yeah, I'm here.
You better fix that fucking defense. Fitzmagic will eat them alive, please.
Okay. All right. Ernie, the king of knowing defenses, is telling you to switch your defense. Slaps.
I know what bad
He
I'm
knows a
not
bad
that
defense
shit.
when he sees it, and he's telling you,
Please
Slaps,
don't start
that the
that shit.
Bengals are a bad defense. I would take that seriously if I was you, Slaps, knowing Ernie's pick on
Please,
defense.
please.
All right, Zach, who's winning?
Who do I need to win for it
We
to be
need
better for
Craig
me?
to lose. I mean, Craig to
No,
win.
you need
What
Slaps.
if they somehow both lose?
That's impossible. They could tie.
What if they somehow tie? Is that good?
I
or
don't
bad?
think that really.
Ty, no, Ty's good.
Yeah, the
Ooh,
tie would
good for
put
me.
Matt at 6-6-1, and you would be 7-6. So yeah, the tie would be good for you.
I was predicting a tie. for
We
the
all knew that.
Lord Jehovah God.
Okay.
Please, let's
All right.
tie.
Matt, by the way, Matt is going for the sweep as he destroyed Slaps in week 2, so he's going for the 2 wins. Let's see, Zombie.
I see Matt Thomas winning this one.
Okay. All right. Slaps, you got some issues as you've already admitted and said. Are you gonna somehow
Yep.
pull off this win and get in the playoffs, or
I never vote against myself.
okay?
However, I do think I'm going to get beat by him, so I'm going to pick myself it.
Okay. Wow. All right.
Fix the fucking defense, Craig.
And Matt, I honestly don't know what you're gonna say. So go ahead, Matt. Are you winning or are you
So-
losing or what?
It's been a long season
Yeah.
of just the COVID-19 team just getting ripped by injuries
Yeah.
and just awful performances because of COVID and just awful. And R.I.P. Cristiano Ronaldo, Ernie. Rest in peace, right?
Ooh.
And as
Bless him.
the man-
I mean,
as the
that
man
on
himself said,
Who? What?
who? What?
What are you talking about?
wait. Wait.
Oh my God.
Oh.
You don't like me, but because maybe I'm too good. I don't.
No World Cups. You love
And
to see it. No
as I said,
World
I
Cups.
believe Cam Newton needs to have his biggest week. If he doesn't get
Mm-hmm.
at
I
least
would
his
agree.
projection,
Is Cam
I
playing?
don't feel like I'm going to win this game.
Yep.
I feel like if I start Swift, I'm going to need him to at least get like a touchdown, but I don't think his touches will be enough to like have like production. And I'm
Okay.
going to be like monitoring. I'm really, it just comes down to whether Gurley's going to play or not. And it looks like Gurley's going to play. So if Gurley plays, I'm probably not going to start Hill. But I mean,
Okay.
I kind of want, so I'm probably going to go with Swift, but I just don't know. I'm also looking at the waivers. I might even throw a curveball and maybe pick a player that I might think can snag a touchdown, because that's all I'm going to have to do is I'm just going to have to find a running back that can at least get me to 10 points. Because if I can get a running back that
Good
gets
luck.
me to 10 points, I feel
Good
like I
luck,
can
buddy.
win.
I've been doing
And
that
then when
for
it
the
comes
last
to wide
6 weeks.
receivers, I feel like I'm going to start Thielen. I'm thinking of benching Parker and starting Thielen, Claypool, and
What if
Amari Cooper.
Fitzmagic starting? You're still gonna bench Parker against Cincinnati?
I feel like Tua's going to
Oof.
play.
Okay. All right.
And I
So-
like them.
So you add all that up, and you're taking yourself or Slaps?
I believe now going off of all that, I don't believe my team's going to. I think Cam's going to get. I think Cam's offensive line isn't going to help him, and Joey Bosa is going to eat him up. And I don't feel like
no.
Swift is
I
going
would
to get
hate
to
to
10
see that.
points. So I'm going to take. Slaps, but
Oh,
it's
okay.
good luck, Slaps. Good
All
luck.
right.
Same to you,
All right,
mate.
that was
Wait,
a
he
that was
took
an
Slaps,
honest that was an actual honest evaluation there, Matt. I think that's the first time this year I've heard that. Wow,
Yep.
well done, well
Did
done.
he take slaps?
He did take Slaps, but he says it's
Oh,
going to
he's
be
gonna do
very
his
close.
AIDS
And
bullshit GG
no,
shit.
he didn't do it there. He did not do it there. All right, looking real quick at Slaps' playoff implications. So Slaps, all he has to do is win against Matt, and he's in. If he doesn't win against Matt, then he needs losses by 2 of the following 3: myself, Pussy, and Ernie. If he loses but gets 2 of those losses from 2 of us, then he will still make it in. There's also a chance he could get this 2 seed as well. So he could go from all the way from missing the playoffs to getting the 2 seed bye. If he wins against Matt, Zombie loses to Pete, and either Zach loses or he scores 9 more points than Zach in this final week.
Lol.
Then he would
That ain't
catch
happening.
Zach on points for, because both of them are very close on points for.
Win against Matt Zombie lost.
Looking
Not lost.
at Matt's ways to get to the playoffs, if he wins against Slaps and keeps his 38-point lead over Pussy, or Pussy loses, either one, then he would make it in with that. Or if he wins against Slaps and 2 people lose, myself, Pussy, or Ernie, then he would get in that way as well. So there's a way where he gets in with a win if he keeps his 38-point lead. There's a way he gets in with losses from other people. He could also lose, and if Pussy and Ernie both lose and he keeps his points for lead over Pussy, then he still would get in at 6 and 7. So there is a chance that a 6 and 7 team could make the playoffs this year. Pretty unlikely, but it's still a possibility. So he has a lot of different scenarios. Those are the most common ones right there for Matt to get in with a win. But we'll see what happens. So that matchup there has the most interest, because Slaps could miss it, Matt could miss it, or they both could make it. Moving on to the next
So if
one.
I win, what do
Yes.
I need?
If you
Jeez.
win, you just have to keep your 38-point lead over Pussy in points for, or need Pussy to lose.
Okay.
That's basically it. If you lose, then you need Ernie and Pussy both to
Whoa,
lose,
whoa, whoa.
and still keep your 38-point lead over
Whoa.
Pussy in points.
Next.
Okay, calm it down, Zach. Moving on to the next matchup, we have myself versus Cheese. 6 and 6 versus 5 and 7 Cheese. And Zach says lol, but this is not a lol, because this game is going to be close, and I am playing Cheese. I'm telling you, it's going to be close. Cheese is actually projected to win 117.
Move through this one.
Nope,
please.
not
Yeah.
going to move through it because it's going to be close. 117.
Good
My
job,
projection is a
Chief.
little off because for some reason ESPN does not give points to Aguilar, even though he is not on the injury designation anymore, so he's going to play. So if they project him for the 10 points that he was projected for before they took his points away, it's really 117 to 104. So he's still projected to beat me. I have Aaron Rodgers against the Eagles. Kamara against Atlanta. Kamara, please, God, give him the ball on the goal line. Fucking Saints. I swear to God, if I see Taysom Hill steal one more of his rushing touchdowns, I'm going to find Taysom Hill and kill him. We have
Whoa,
Gibson.
this is being recorded.
Gibson.
I am not
Gibson.
Alright, this
Whoa,
kid's
that
a-
is not a black man, Ernie, so I don't know why you're wooling. You should be happy.
Whoa!
We got Gibson against the Steelers. We got Tyler
This man
Lockett
hates the game.
against the Giants. Aguilar, who I have to play this week against the Jets. I like the matchup, and he's been doing decent lately, as I have Godwin on a bye. Gesicki against the Cincinnati. Not a horrible matchup, as I also have Gronk on a bye. Kenyon Drake against the Rams. I do not like that matchup. I might still switch in J.K. all day against that horrible Dallas rush defense, who Gibson ate up last week. I'm still deciding on that. I got to see what happens with Ingram. Packers against the Eagles. Carson Wentz is a turnover machine, so I don't mind that, but the Packers do give up points. So, yeah, some of my matchups I don't particularly like. I am going to need Kamara and Lockett to do better than they did last week. If Kamara and Lockett do shitty and score 11 combined points, I will lose to Cheese. I'm putting that on the record. They need to carry me this week, as some of my other matchups are not great. On Cheese's side, he has Russell Wilson against the Giants, Raheem Mostert against Buffalo, Giovanni Bernard against Miami, Cooper Kupp against Arizona, Christian Kirk against the Rams, Hunter Henry against the Patriots, and Devontae starting Booker against the Jets. That's a good matchup, and Booker's been looking pretty decent, and now that Jacobs is out, should get a lot of workload. So that was a good pickup by him. Bears against the Lions, also a decent matchup for the defense. So yeah, as I said, that's what I need to do to win. I'm still going to predict myself to win, but I think it's going to be very close. I do not think it will be like week 2 when I blew them out by 40 points. Pook, who's winning?
You're winning.
Boys, you guys know what to do?
I'm winning. Okay.
You guys know what to
Hunter.
do?
Man, ESPN tipped into Bill's numbers this week. 'Cause there is no way
Okay.
that golfer loses this game.
Hey,
I mean, the
let's
numbers
go.
are just so off.
Keep
It
in
is
mind, Hunter
insane.
would like me to lose to help him.
I'm seeing an 80-point gap in the future.
Oh,
80
whoa.
points.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Oh,
All right.
yes,
I,
yes.
I
Ernie?
can see that as well.
Ernie?
There's literally no way with the #1 running back in the
He hasn't been
NFL.
number 1 the last 2 weeks.
You
Fucking Taysom Hill.
lose to
Stupid ass
these
bitch.
waiver wire pickups. There's no shot gonna
Okay.
lose it.
Zach?
Please, please.
Hashtag why can't I play cheese every week? GG for you won.
Okay.
won.
Matt?
While I'm eating my pizza,
Yeah.
I saw
Ooh.
inside pepperoni a picture or a face of Charles Barkley,
Uh-huh.
and
Ooh.
I realized, oh shit, this is Anthony Sane, and this is pizza. And when you eat too much pizza, you're a fat ass, like Charles Barkley and Anthony. And this is their saying. It's a Charles Barkley guarantee
Uh-huh.
that Gunner's gonna win by 50.
Ooh. I like
Okay.
it.
I like it.
I hope you throw up from that pizza. Anyway, Slaps?
Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa, I wouldn't wish
Um,
that on anybody.
I hope that Cheese wins this. However, I really, really don't see it.
Okay.
Yeah, you've got to win.
I just told you how I see it, but okay. And Zombie.
Y'all are some bitches stealing my thing.
It's not your thing, bitch. You stole it from that.
You started from Charles Barkley, Zombie, but
Whoa,
okay.
whoa! I trademark copyright.
Okay.
Just shut the.
Who's
Can we kick
winning?
this guy?
The only
I
thing
gave
you
you
have
credit,
a
I gave
trademark
you
is sitting at your
You
house
know
not
what?
having a job.
I'm going with cheese.
Thank you,
because-
Zombie.
Fucking
Fucking
faggot.
bitch, you're
Thank you,
fucking
Zombie.
bad.
Great job,
Ooh,
Zombie.
Useless
Great job.
motherfucker.
Jobless.
I
fucking bitch.
I like it, Zombie.
Go,
Great
he's
great
the
decision.
Santa, so
Great
he gives a
decision.
shit.
All right, looking
Fucking
at the
bitch.
projections or
So
the
Gunner, are you gonna
playoffs.
hire him for BJ's?
Who? No, I'm hiring.
Anthony.
I'm hiring Pussy this week because I need Pussy to beat Michael. But anyways, for
And
me
I
to
need
make
you
the
to beat
playoffs,
Illusion.
for me to make the playoffs, I just need to win against Cheese. If I do that, then I'll be in. Or if Matt Pussy, or Ernie. If two of them lose, then I am in as well, based on points for, even if I lose. So that's how I get in. There is also a very, 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 very slim chance that I could get the 2 seed if I win against Cheese, Zach loses, Slaps loses, and Zombie loses, and I outscore Zombie by 54 points this week. If all that happens, then I get the 2 seeds. So very unlikely, but there is still a chance. And for Cheese, believe it or not, he has a chance to make the playoffs if he wins against me
Next.
and Matt, Pussy, and Ernie all lose, and he outscores Hunter by 232 points, Matt by 188 points, Pussy by 150 points, and Ernie by 66 points. If all that happens, Cheese is in the playoffs. So don't give up hope yet, Cheese. You just got to score. You just got to
This
score
Justin-
400 points. That's all you got to do,
This
Cheese.
Justin, I saw
hope you don't
a
do it.
picture on Cheese's Twitter of him camping out outside of Walmart last night.
Okay.
He may have the dreaded COVID, and
Uh-oh.
he may automatically
Wow.
forfeit.
Was he wearing a
may
mask?
automatically forfeit this game.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll take
I'm
that.
putting this picture in
Okay.
the group chat.
All right. Moving on to the next
for visual
matchup.
confirmation.
We have Hunter versus Pussy in another huge matchup with two teams that still have playoff chances. Hunter at 5-7, Pussy at 6-6. Currently both out if it started today, but it's still close.
My good friend.
Okay,
Hunter.
I'm just gonna DM you the rest of my picks. I'm going to bed.
Okay.
Cheese.
Sounds good.
I mean, Craig, you fucking.
Sorry, boys.
All
It's too
right.
late.
Hunter-
Who's
God, you're a
left? It's just
pussy.
Hunter's, Zach,
Interrupting.
and
No,
Ernie.
it's just Hunter's and mine. That's it.
Yes.
Just stay up.
Doesn't
another
even
7
matter.
minutes,
These don't
you
even
stupid
count for
bitch.
anything.
Okay. Go ahead.
They don't have count for anything. Never mind. Doesn't matter. Right.
Okay.
Caesar.
Goodbye.
God.
All right.
God,
So
I
Hunter
just don't
projected
count
to
for
win
2 minutes
120
left.
to 114. Hunter has Watson against the Colts. That's kind of a tough matchup, but the Colts looked bad last week. Hunt against Tennessee. Gurley, who's listed as questionable, against the Saints. Robert Woods against Arizona. A.J. Brown against Cleveland. Kelsey against Denver. Cole Beasley against the 49ers. And the Seahawks defense against the Giants. On Pussy's side, he has that Kyler Murray guy against the Rams.
Zach,
Tough
you like my
defense.
response?
Tough defense, and he hasn't been playing that good, so we'll see what happens. Chubb against Tennessee. Clyde Edwards-Helaire against Denver, who's questionable with the illness, so we'll see what happens. McLaurin, who's also questionable against tough defense in Pittsburgh. Juju against Washington. Tanyan against the Eagles. And T. Higgins against the Dolphins. And the Vikings against the Jaguars. Let's see. If Edwards-Helaire doesn't play, then he's going to be choosing between Zach Moss
And Gore.
or Gus Edwards, possibly.
Frank
Or
Gore.
Frank Gore. Yeah, I doubt that one, but
Who the fuck's
he
trying
gonna
to sign
play?
in? Who the fuck's trying to sign into my email?
I
Whoa,
don't
Is
know.
you, Gunner?
It's not me. Maybe
Oh,
it's
that
Pete.
Bitch in
From
Vegas
Phoenix,
or
Arizona.
Colorado or no. What?
I-
Phoenix, Arizona.
I think if Gurley
Live.
plays, I think Hunter is going to win, but I think it's going to be very close. Very, very close.
Oh, this mother.
All right.
I'm going on the group chat. Sorry.
Prediction, please. Pook. Who's winning?
What game?
Hunter and Pussy.
Oh, I don't give a
2 of
fuck.
my good friends.
Let's go, Hunter.
Okay. Ernie.
I believe my good friend and very knowledgeable and very active fantasy football player, Hunter, will get this win.
Wow. Okay. Zach.
This is gonna be a tie between 2 great friends of mine.
Okay. Matt.
Who are the people? So I was enjoying this Charles
Hunter
Barkley
and
pizza.
Pussy.
I hope Gurley doesn't play, so
Whoa.
Kuso wins.
Wow.
Okay.
What?
Slaps is not here.
Here's
Zombie.
Brian Hill.
I thought he said he hopes Gurley does play.
No, he said he hopes
No,
he
he
doesn't,
said
play.
doesn't.
Oh, okay.
God,
But
moving
Ito
on.
Smith looked
I
decent.
predict-
So.
I predict Hunter's gonna win, and he's gonna make the playoffs.
Wow. Okay.
Whoa.
All right. And Hunter, are you getting this win or?
So it's literally the same exact situation I had last week. If Gurley plays, I'll probably win. If Gurley doesn't
Okay.
play, I'll probably lose. If Gurley doesn't play, I'll start Ito Smith, who had 17 points with him
Yeah.
absent. But
Okay.
it'll be close. I like my matchups a lot.
think
But,
you get help if Edwards-Helaire doesn't play. That will help you.
yeah, and hopefully, if Terry
Yeah.
doesn't play, Judy doesn't play also. That would really help me.
Okay.
Yeah,
They don't-
Valaire, and then hopefully they shut down Terry. That's the scariest one on this fucking team.
I don't want Allaire to play either. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you're
I'll
gonna
take
take
myself.
yourself. All right.
I think Gurley's gonna play.
All right. Sounds good. Looking real quick at their scenarios. Pussy will make the playoffs if he beats Hunter and he outscores Matt by 38. So a win for Pussy doesn't mean he's automatically in. He has to win and outscore Matt by 38 points this week to get in. Or if he wins and two of us lose between myself, Matt, and Ernie, so if two of the 6 and 6 teams lose, then he would get in that way as well. If he wins and Ernie wins and I win and Matt loses, then he would be in the driver's seat for that final spot, but Ernie is not that far behind in points for. So that is another scenario that's a little more unlikely to happen, but it could happen. So there's a bunch of different ways Pussy could miss it or make it, but he's got to make up some points on Matt or hope that he wins and Matt loses and he outscores more than Ernie. For Hunter, this is basically the easiest way for Hunter to make it. He wins, he gets losses by Matt and Ernie, and he keeps his leads over Matt and Ernie by 44 points and 108 points or 168 points. So Hunter
over
has
both of them?
scored. Yes, you have scored more points than Matt and Ernie this year. Matt's is the only close one, as you're only 44 points ahead of him. You're well ahead of Ernie by a lot. So if you beat Pussy, that knocks Pussy out because you have more points for than him. So you would both have the same record, and then you would just need losses by the other two 6 and 6, Matt and Ernie, and just score more, keep the same amount of points lead, and you would be in over them. So you would be 6 and 7, they would all be 6 and 7, and you would have the most points for it to get the final spot. If I lose and go to 6 and 7, I have more points for than you by about 80. So that's going to be hard for you to catch. So that's a little bit. That's another route too. If you catch me and I lose, but it's more likely that this would happen than the other way.
Yeah.
So that's how you get it. Basically win and then focus on the other things. All right, so that's how it's looking. As we go on to Zach for your segment, take it away.
Wait! You didn't go to my fucking my shit.
Oh, I forgot yours.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Unfucking believable.
I swear I went
Where's
over.
that old
I didn't go
commissioner?
over yours. Oh no, yours
Nope.
was the last one. Where's it at? Oh, Bill and Ernie. All right, so 6-point advantage for Bill currently in the beach side as he's looking to send another person to the beach and Ernie. Bill has Pete killed his cousin, which okay. Kirk
I agree.
Cousins
We're
against
awesome.
Jacksonville. David Montgomery against Detroit. Wayne Gallman against Seattle. Brandon Cooks against the Colts. Corey Davis against Cleveland. Evan Ingram against Seattle. And Kyler Rudolph against Seattle. He's going with 2 tight ends. Bill. It doesn't work. It never works, Bill. It never works. I know your crazy
it works
numbers are
against
telling you
me.
to do it, but it never works. Dolphins against Cincinnati isn't bad. On Ernie's side, he has Tana Goat against Cleveland. Interesting. Zeke against Baltimore. Tough defense. Singletary against San Francisco. I don't know about that. Jefferson against Jacksonville should be good. Ridley against the Saints should be okay, although Julio might play, so that might hinder him a little. Hawkinson against the Bears. And Kiki Kuti, we picked up off the waivers against the Colts.
I might bench him.
Okay, and the Chargers against Cam in the Pats. All right. Do you have anyone on who's on your bench, Ernie?
Duke the Nuke for
McCaffrey on a
Kiki.
bye, still not playing.
you hate to
Yeah,
see
Duke
that.
the Nuke. So Duke the Nuke is benched right now for Singletary. All right, I really don't know who to play between those two. So
No,
tough.
Duke the Nuke or Kiki. I don't know yet.
Oh, you might switch Kiki.
Do you love me?
Yeah, I don't know how you could switch them
crying.
after that.
Are you
Anyways.
playing?
All right. Yeah. Ernie, this is a close one, I think, honestly. Bill's team, I don't like his team that much, but I could see him scoring 110 points and knocking off Ernie. I think I got to take Bill, but I think it's going to be really close. I kind of hope Ernie wins just to make it interesting with 7 and 6 teams, but I don't know. I could see Bill sending another one to the beach side. He might claim another one. Pook.
Ernie.
Ernie. Wow. Okay.
Great pick.
Hunter.
Someone needs to call Bill and get through his head to start someone else other than a tight end.
Yeah, yeah.
Ernie will do it. Ernie's got it.
Win.
Yeah, you need Bill to win. So are you taking Bill or not?
I'm going to take Ernie.
Okay.
No.
Hopefully, maybe jinx it. But
Okay.
I need Bill to win.
All right. That's a good point, Hunter. If Bill continues to start the 2 tight ends, I'm taking Ernie because it never works out. It never does. Zach.
Bill, you did a great job last week. We're all proud
He
of
did.
You. We really are.
Yeah, we are.
that's true.
But I think your luck ends this week
Okay.
with my boy Ernie defeating you.
So you're saying the crazy numbers worked once, but it's not going to work a second week in a row. All right. Matt.
I'm saying that.
There's been breaking news.
Okay.
News.
Is Ronaldo okay?
Ahun,
No,
Ahun
breaking
Pradeep,
news.
who's been a Juventus fan since 2003, way before any times, and also is the man that says
Okay. Okay.
that
Just
Ronaldo.
what
is-
about
Shut-
Ronaldo?
Shut up! I can. This is my. That says that he can. That says that Ronaldo's carrying that team. Ronaldo. He said Twitter's a dark place at times. No accountability or responsibility, as in fake news. Fake news.
But he
Just
didn't
like
say-
anything that comes out of no accountability and.
So why didn't he just
responsibility.
say Ronaldo's fine?
He's going to be fine when he scores a hat trick tomorrow.
So
And
Next.
I'm going to
Okay.
take.
Can he
And I'm
play
going to
in a
take.
wheelchair?
And I am going to predict a
Hunter.
tie.
I didn't hear
You're
shit.
taking who, Matt? I'm sorry. That was a good one, Hunter.
I'm going to predict a tie.
A
and
tie?
I'm also going
Thank
to
God.
predict. And also, I want to change my pick.
Okay.
I want Hunter to win, but I want Todd Gurley to rupture his ACL.
Wow.
And die in a
Fuck
car
you.
accident.
Oh my
And
god.
die in a car accident, as well as Claypool.
You're
I hope
saying that with
Claypool
the
died.
Ronaldo news
Exactly,
right now?
you
You're
fucking
saying that with
puta.
Ronaldo
You
news?
fucking puta. I'll
Did
give you
not
the same
say
energy.
that
I'll
with
give you the
Claypool.
same
You're
energy.
saying
that
that
with
Ronaldo
I'll
news
give you
right
the
now?
same energy, puta.
Don't jinx
Same
Ronaldo
energy.
like that, man.
All right,
Same
Zombie.
energy, puta.
Zombie, who is winning?
Well, Hunter says he needs Bill to lose or win.
No, Hunter needs Bill to win.
Yeah, but if
Hunter
he
needs Bill to win?
and I
Okay,
said
I want Bill to
Hunter.
Oh my
wasn't
god,
gonna
I
make
went
it, so
over
I
the
guess-
scenarios for Hunter. Who are you
So I'ma go
taking,
with-
Matt?
I'm gonna
I
go
want
with the
Bill to
Bill
lose.
boy.
Whatever hurts Hunter. Fucking puta.
Bill.
Hey.
Bill losing does not. Okay,
Yes,
so you're
it
gonna take
does.
Ernie. All right. Who did you say, Zombie?
I'm
the
going
fuck
with
about
Bill.
Bill. Okay.
Bitch.
All right, Ernie, are you gonna pull off another close one here, like you did last week, and squeak your way in the playoffs?
Trembling right now.
Okay.
But it is not a fear. It is cold at my house right now. I will be winning
Okay.
this matchup, and I will see
Wow.
you guys in the playoffs next week.
Wow. All right. All right. Not doing the mad approach. I like it. All right. Just real quickly with Ernie, this is what Ernie needs. He needs to win against Bill, and he needs losses from 2 of the following: myself, Pussy, or Matt. If that happens, he gets in. He is behind in points for on all 3 of us, so he really needs 2 of us to lose. There is a scenario where one of us, if like let's say Pussy loses, he's closest to Pussy on points for, but he's quite a few points away. He's 86 points away, so he'd have to outscore Pussy by 86 points, have Matt lose, and win and score 86 more points than Pussy if Pussy wins as well. So his best case scenario is he
Hey,
wins
question,
and
Gunnar.
2 of us lose between
Gunnar,
me.
question.
Yes. Yes.
If I win, does that hurt Hunter's chances?
Yes. He
I
needs
want
he needs you to
to
he has he, you have to
absolutely-
lose, or else if you don't lose, he's not going to make it.
So if I lose, he makes it. So I need to win, is what you're saying.
Yes, you need to win
Where's
Alright,
all
I
this
hope I win
spitefulness
by
coming
an
from?
absolute landslide. I hope Cam
because of
Newton
that comment
runs
you
over
made
Joey
about Ronaldo.
Bosa. I hope Cam Newton runs over Joey Bosa. I'm gonna start Brian Hill, and he's gonna fucking run over.
The crazy
score
thing
one
is, you told
touchdown,
me
give me
earlier
10
that you're gonna
points.
start Mitch
And I
Trubisky
hope-
over Cam.
And I hope.
Whoa, is that true?
Yeah, Cam.
Cam
I-
Newton's
if
gonna
Matt.
run
Cam
over
Newton-
Joey Bosa just like how that
if-
car ran
if
over
Cam Newton-
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Oh my god!
Here's what I'll say.
Wow.
I wish. Hey, here, Hunter. Here's what I'll say.
This is being
Here's what I'll
recorded,
say. I'll
boys?
end it.
Yes, it
I'll
is.
end it.
No
I can't.
shot.
It's being recorded. I can't. No shot. Never mind. I'll wait till the party's over. Just say
Oh my
what I was
God,
gonna say.
you pussy! Come
I
on,
pick
just
myself
say it.
now.
Say it.
I pick
Mood is
myself
about
now.
to change. The
Okay.
mood is
I'll pick
about to
myself
change.
now.
All right, so those are the
Hunter-
projections for this
Hunter,
week.
Just make sure.
Go
just
ahead,
make sure
man.
you watch yourself. Watch yourself.
Ooh.
Whoa!
You never
he's
know.
very near.
Whoa.
You know
Whoa,
those
is that a
Illinois
threat?
highways. Those Illinois highways, Hunter. They're really crazy.
Oh,
You
I
never
mean,
know what'll
I've been
happen.
in a
Matt,
roller
Matt could be
coaster.
driving up. Yeah, that could be
Yeah,
dangerous.
You never know. Someone, yeah, you
Who
never
knows, it
know.
might get
Drunk.
carjacked.
I've been in a
Hunter.
roller coaster accident. I know
Hunter,
what's up.
play for your family.
You heard
Joke
that?
about death
Uh-huh.
is, bad. You know that.
Yep.
You never know.
All right, so this is a perfect segue to Zach's segment as we were talking about people getting run over and killed and death. As we are going to go to Zach's segment. Take it away, Zach. What's going on this week?
Welcome to another edition of Zach 10K's completely unbiased fantasy football rankings. And this week, we will all be attending the funeral of FIFA Pete, Pete722, or his alias, Peter Stevens.
Okay, get him on the phone if you.
I know my voice is very somber right now, but this is the happiest somber voice that you'll ever hear. This is a happy funeral. One happy funeral. This is a celebration of death instead of a remembrance of life. Moving on, let's get right into it. At number 1, we have, of course, Can't Guard Mike, leading me to victory once again in my undefeated season with him in the lineup. Carrying the gold coffin with the Can't Guard Mike at number 1 and the happy people dancing in the back. We have number 2, Bill, the Slayer himself. The
Wow.
Scammer Slayer, as I like to call him.
Damn, he's
Number
attending the
2.
funeral of the person he killed. Wow.
Yes, he is, and he is being a pallbearer. Unbelievable. It is unbelievable. Look at all those happy people in the back. At number 3, we have Hail Mary Hopkins doing exactly
Wow.
what he was supposed to do when I sent him over there to infiltrate that bitch-ass bastards team and only scored 10 points. 10 points. Hail Mary Hopkins, you really did your job there. Thanks, lad. And the person I got from Pete scored only 27 points. No big deal, nothing like that, you know. It's all right. At number 4, we have the graphics man himself, Golfer. Look at him wearing that mask.
Yeah. Look
Great
at me
job
with my
on the graphics
homies.
once again.
Look at me with my
With-
homies.
Whoa!
What?
My dogs.
Moving on. Moving on. Okay, Golfer will be in the
Moving
next
on.
casket.
Hey!
Damn, Ernie, you're looking kind of big there.
Whoa!
Graphics man, what? Was that on purpose?
No comment. I
Making
just
him
do
look
what I'm
kinda
told
big.
by you.
That was, I didn't tell you to do that.
Just
You
doing what I'm
literally didn't do
told.
anything I told you to do. Anyway, we have our boy Ernie at number 5, cracking the top 5. Really, this top 5 was so hard because they were all king slayers in a sense, slaying that bitch ass skimmer slayer. Number 6, we have Hunter and Pussy carrying the coffin, and Pussy at number 7. Whoa! Why does that say Pussy? I swear I said Puss on the DMs.
I'm just
What
doing
is
what
this
I'm told by
graphics,
you.
man? No, you're not. We have the happy pallbearers. Look at their happy faces. Hunter, especially yours. You're so happy you can't fucking contain it. That Pete's dead.
That is tears of joy. By the way.
Tears of joy. Tears of joy. Those Irish flags everywhere. You know they love to party, and they are partying at this funeral. They really are. Number 8. We have Matt.
I love it.
This is the first time I've
That'll
seen
be
this
me.
graphic.
That'll be me drinking at Hunter's funeral.
Whoa!
What?
Wow.
Jesus.
And then when
Matt,
they're
this is
and then
Pete's
I'll
happy
and then I'll
funeral, not
drunkenly
Hunter's.
accidentally piss in his grave. as
Wow.
he's, getting lowered
Oh,
Oh
down.
my
Speaking of
God.
piss in the
Jesus
grave.
fucking
Speaking of piss
Christ.
in the grave, number 9. Number 9. Let's move on to maybe okay, that's not number 9. Number 9, we have
Disrespect
Winter.
Ronaldo again.
Wow, imagine having a child named Winter. That's a cool ass name, you know? Like that would be the coolest kid in school. Everybody would look up to him. They'd be getting all the bitches, everything. Not bullied at all. Number 10, we have Cheese. I wish he was lower after the events of last night. I really do wish I put him lower.
Hey, you
'cause
should
fuck-
lower the events. You know who told him to pick up those players? Two people in this party.
Yes,
Gunner
Matt.
and
What?
Ernie.
Ernie?
And Ernie.
Matt was in this
Is
party
this
as
true?
well, saying who to pick up.
Is this-
Oh
Is
my
13
God.
You should lower
That.
it. You should lower it.
Wait. Earlier,
I will gladly
Zach.
go to the bottom with
Zach.
them. Take me
Zach.
down with them.
Who did me and
Bring us
Ernie
all
tell
down.
you was
Fuck you
also
all, fuck
telling?
you all.
Okay.
It wasn't Ernie. I know it wasn't my boy.
It was Ernie. It was.
I don't
it was.
believe
I
it.
don't even
I
know
don't
who
believe it.
Zach wanted. I just know it was a kicker. I don't even remember that guy's fucking name. So
Yes,
how
he
would I
did.
tell?
Did
Yes,
you
he
tell
did.
Cheese?
Yes,
did
you
you tell
did.
Cheese
You
said
to pick
Tucker.
up a kicker?
No,
Yes,
I
he
don't
did.
know the
He said-
kicker's
You
Pick
know
up
name.
what?
Tucker.
We'll investigate. We'll investigate this after this week's rankings and
I
make
think-
changes to next
There
week's
needs
rankings.
to be new
as
rankings.
they will.
I think there needs to be some
We'll-
investigation.
we'll
I'll go down
discuss
with
it.
it.
Cristiano
I'll be
Ronaldo
6'9".
will never
Number
win
11,
another trophy
we
again.
have Craig. Look at him smiling and dancing with that cough on his shoulders, along with fat-ass Zombie at number 12. Jesus, he probably weighs more than that coffin. He could carry that thing by himself.
Oh
Zombie,
my God.
congratulations at number 12. Look at that happy, smiling face to be carrying that coffin with fat-ass Will Pete in there, dancing while you're carrying it.
The only one that
Everybody
can carry
knows
that
that
shit.
gif. Number 13. Number 13, we have Lee.
Oh my god.
These were not my graphics, but I approved.
It's for your idea.
Jesus Christ.
Great.
Your
Great
idea.
job with graphics, man. It was
I
not
don't
my
see any
idea.
mask or 6 feet.
Said elephant shit. I gave you elephant
Number
shit.
Yeah, no, thank you for the elephant shit. At number 14, we have just a complete big ass pile of elephant shit. Now let's see who's under that elephant shit. Number 15. Wow, number 15, we have
Oh
Summer.
my god.
I'm talking about the season here, Hunter, the season of summer. Nobody likes that warm ass fucking season, that dumb ass fucking season. Everybody likes that nice spring or fall or autumn or winter season. But just imagine if summer was a person. Do you know how bullied they would get every single day? How much of a bitch that kid would be if somebody had a kid named Summer?
If
Dumbass
there was
fucking
that kid, is
Summer.
that bitch a lesbian
Hey,
from that picture?
If that
Hey,
kid was
Zach.
actually that person's kid, you know?
Is it
Zach,
a
I have a
lesbian?
question.
A lesbian as
How-
well. Yes, yes.
How did you already manage to get a picture of Cristiano Ronaldo on this
Oh,
slide?
shit.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
I mean, technically, the goat got hit by a car.
Oh my
That was
God.
uncalled for. I can't believe that just happened. There will be some additional rankings in the future.
We need
I
some
think Matt
security
will have a
guards
say
in
in
here.
those rankings.
We gotta hold some people back.
And at number 16 under the elephant shit.
Security.
Hey,
We
let's just say
have-
this. If there was I'm not going to put any names out there, but if there's a certain someone in a car and I had to take a life sentence because I did it, I think you guys know the answer.
Oh my God.
You're saying you
Okay,
killed
at
someone?
number 16,
No, I didn't
shut
say
the fuck
anything.
up. At number 16, we have Piss All Over the Grave. Pete. Fuck that guy. We are glad he is fantasy dead.
He is irrelevant.
Nobody. He is irrelevant. That fat ass whale motherfucker and his whole fucking family. We'll never hear from them again because we're playing our fucking.
Jesus.
I agree with
That's
that.
too
Every
realistic.
fucking time.
Yo,
That's
does
too
anybody have
realistic.
any last words for that whale? Does anybody have any last words before we piss on his grave?
I'll see you in the other league next year, Pete.
Fucking hell. That was not what.
The fucking faggot.
Jesus fucking FFF. We all know the true meaning of that. Jesus.
Honestly,
That guy
though,
couldn't get off
honestly, I am glad that he missed the playoffs this year. Sorry, Pete, but nothing brings me
Alright.
more joy to see you miss the playoffs this year,
That
considering you
casket's so
always
damn
have
heavy,
made
they
it.
had to get on all fours.
So,
Right, Hunter?
great job to
I
Bill.
had to crawl that bitch.
Oh my
All right, thank you, Zach,
All right.
for another great rankings.
Another great
job.
edition of
Another
these
great
rankings.
edition. All right, real quickly before we end, any final words? As like I said, last week of the regular season, huge week for a lot of people. Good luck to Cheese. I hope it's a close.
Good luck
It's
to
probably
my
going to be a
friend
close
Hunter.
game, but I hope you just score 80 points like you did the first time we played Cheese and give me the easy one, so I don't have to sweat it. But I'm sure it will be close. Ernie, what were you saying?
Good luck to my friend Hunter. Get this dub.
Good luck to
Lusa,
Hunter.
Good
Okay.
luck.
All right.
I'll probably lose.
Wow. Okay. Hunter, any comments? Final words.
I'm gonna be throwing up a Hail Mary this week for my matchups.
Oh, nice. I mean, they have been successful the last couple weeks. So. All right, and Zach, you making the playoffs? Any final words for this week?
My final words for this week and possibly my final words for the whole fantasy season are GG Lee, you won.
Okay. All right, Pook. Any words? You probably don't have any because you never do.
Nope.
Nope. Zombie.
You hate to see Ernie have the lowest IQ score out of everyone.
Get a fucking
Okay.
job, you fat fuck. Get a fucking job, please.
All right,
Fucking
and
Christmas.
Matt,
Get your
we're
family
all
presents.
praying
Buy
for
yourself an
Ronaldo.
asset.
Matt, any
Get some
final
fresh-
words,
Get
Matt,
some fresh air.
about Ronaldo or about your
All
team?
As you say, it's
Here
Cristiano
are-
Ronaldo, and it's controversy once again. Why is it always the case with you?
I don't know why. It's every time against Middlesbrough. For me, it's
Okay,
it's
I
a
don't know what
penalty.
this is.
Maybe someone's
He's
they
reminiscing.
don't like me, but because I'm too good. I don't know why.
Maybe I'm too good.
Okay.
Good luck.
All right. Good luck to everyone. Make sure you pay attention to your lineups for COVID. And good luck.